This video is sponsored by Surfshark.
I haven't been feeling right for the past, I don't know how long. It's awful. I'm not joking. It's just awful.
One of the toughest hiking trails in the whole of Europe. It's full of beauty, waterfalls, forests, beautiful beaches, quaint towns, you name it, it's here. Oh man, tiring is the word.
Yeah, my head feels funny.
We didn't arrive late, but we're definitely leaving earlier.
Oh my god, should we just turn around?
It's like in the worst country road in the UK times 1,000.
Oh, I'm actually starting to be a bit panicky now because we're up high. I don't like heights. Will we make it?
Oh.
Will we make it?
One of the top 10 things to do on this island.
Looks beautiful.
Come on.
You're filming my suffering.
Welcome back to the channel. We're Janine and Liam Day, a married British couple who have spent the last 3 years plus doing full-time van life in the UK in a very large van conversion that for lots of different reasons is now being raffled. Subsequently, we decided to give car camping a try and sold all our possessions once again so that we can set off into Europe on a wild adventure in our Citroen Berlingo microcamper. So far we've shared all the pros and cons of living in such a tiny space, but overall you will probably tell that we are having the best time ever, with this being our favourite van life adventures ever. We've just moved onto the French island of Corsica on a new alternative route to mainland Italy, which means ferry hopping over islands to get there. Corsica isn't known for being a van life friendly place, and in this video we give you our honest opinion of our experience here as we travel further south in our microcamper named Bobby.
Welcome back to the channel. Last time we saw you, we were just about to go on a hike. We did some wild camping in above a city called Corte, not far from here. The next day, unfortunately, where we left you last time, was a big storm came over. In fact, 2 days worth of storm came over. And unfortunately, this whole Corsican sort of area isn't where you want to be during storms because the rocks are very, very crumbly. There's two sort of sites that people go to around here, that people hike to, that have been completely shut off even at the moment for landslides and that sort of thing. So we had to cancel it, unfortunately. However, we've come back and we are here now. We're in a place called Visavona. This is a train station car park. It's also, I believe, the place where people catch the train to start the famous GR20 hiking trail, one of the toughest hiking trails in the whole of Europe. And I think it's something like 200 miles long or something, and anyway, people are turning up to this train station to start it.
Stretching 180 kilometers, the GR20 trail has a reputation as being one of the hardest hikes in Europe. With steep ascents and descents, it takes a good level of experience to complete it. It's split into two sections, the northern part being tougher with its rugged terrain and steep climbs.
So what we've decided to do today is to go and take a little piece of that GR20. We don't have 2 weeks available to do it ourselves, but we want to go and just take a little snapshot of it ourselves today and see what it's like. And then continue moving further south towards the south of the island, where we'll be catching a ferry to Sardinia as we continue our overall journey to Italy, mainland Italy. So it's going to be really, really good. There's loads of things to see on the way. It's Corsica. It's full of beauty, waterfalls, forests, beautiful beaches, quaint towns, you name it, it's here. And we've got a lot to fill you in on along the way. So let's get going.
You ready, sweetheart?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's go. I wish we could do the whole thing, but just having a smidgen of it is going to be really nice anyway. A glimpse, yeah. Let's go.
You are on the run, but do you even know what you run from? Where will you hide? You're shying from the pain, hoping it will never come back again. You try new, 'cause life is always knocking you over. Time and again.
Okay, oh my god, we made it. We made it to Cascade d'Anglais, which I think means waterfalls for the English, or waterfalls of England, or something like that. Anyway, they're really pretty. They're like little pools that you can go swimming in amongst loads of rocks. So yeah, it's really pretty. The hike up here took about an hour to get here, and it was uphill the whole way, but it was through a forest and it was gorgeous. It was nice and cool, and there was no one around apart from a few people that we walked past. So it was really nice and quiet and yeah, peaceful. It was lovely. I do love going into forests. It actually made me feel a lot better. I haven't been feeling right for the past, I don't know how long. Car camping is definitely a challenge, particularly because me and Liam have been really struggling with our sleep. It's quite a small space that we're trying to sleep in anyway, and the temperature's just gone up a little bit and the mosquitoes have come out. And me and Liam can sleep in the car and have the windows open. It's actually quite nice. However, when the mosquitoes come in, it's awful. I'm not joking. It's just awful. There's something about the mosquito noise that makes me feel like it's a lightning bolt striking through me. I don't know. I just can't handle it. And last night we had an attack of mosquitoes as well. So it's quite tough. And coming up here today has just made me feel a lot better. Even though I'm tired, I feel kind of refreshed. Yeah, so it's nice to be here, and we're going to go for a paddle.
You will see as much as you give when the world is letting you down. You know that I will always be by your side.
Oh, it's freezing. Wow. No, I'm not getting in this. Wow, that's ice cold. Feet are aching. You know when it's so cold, your bones ache?
No, I've just gotten in.
Oh, it's horrible.
That is just what the doctor ordered. Those ice cold little pools to chill in was amazing on such a hot day. And to think that this is just a snippet of the GR20 trail as well, when I can't imagine what the rest of it's like. So I really want to come back and do this. I don't know how Janine will feel about it after the Camino last year, but it's got to be epic if that's just one part of it. Right, now we are getting out of here. We've actually got a bloody schedule. As you know, we're heading down south, all the way down south, to catch the ferry to Sardinia, and that's going to be our entry point into Italy. You have to book in advance if you want to get like 100 quid off your ferry tickets. So that's what we've done. So we've got a little bit of a pace, and we've actually got something booked for this evening. That's going to be really exciting to go to. Something that we said is like on the top 10 things to do in Corsica. So we've got to get a bit of a move on. The next place we're going to is a very historical place. So it's going to take us about an hour to get out of the forest. Let's get going. As you know, we've come across a fair bit of crime as we've been traveling across Europe, but one thing that hasn't happened to us is any online attacks or hacks. The reason being is because we've got Surfshark VPN downloaded on our devices. VPN basically means a virtual private network, which establishes a secure connection between you and the internet, meaning that you're safe to browse and use public Wi-Fi and that sort of thing without any concerns of online attacks, hacks, or people trying to steal your private information on your device. Surfshark VPN is as simple as downloading an app onto your device, and there's other benefits with it as well. Two that we use quite regularly. One being that you can toggle through lots of different countries on there and tell the internet you're in a country that you're not. The reason being why that's good is it means that you can access online streaming content from that country. So we're in Corsica right now, and we could say that we're in the UK or America, which would have better sort of Netflix content, iPlayer content, that sort of thing. Another massive bonus for what we use it for is for when we're booking ferries and flights, which we've done to great success using the same process. Toggling through different countries that you're not in when booking travel can sometimes, and has for us, meant cheaper ticket prices. I don't know how that is and why that works, but it just does. It's a great travel hack. Surfshark comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, and even better news, if you go to the link in the description of this video, our audience gets 4 months for free when purchasing Surfshark. And thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring this video.
On the road in our little red car, with the sun in our eyes and our hearts set ajar. Through the winding roads of Corsica we roam, with the wind in our hair and the world is our home.
Okay, so I think we may have underestimated the time that we've got to go to this thing that we want to go to. So yeah, we're going to miss it today if we try and go. So what we're going to do instead is go to the thing that we've actually booked, because we have to get there. We cannot miss that. And then tomorrow we're going to go to the thing that we really want to go and see. So yeah, let's go.
Let's go to the thing that we booked.
Let's go to the thing that we've booked.
And we've lost our way, but with you by my side, those were happy days. All the driving across side, those were happy days. twist and turn. Love's the only song.
Oh my word. Been driving for what seems like ages now. In Corsica, the roads are so windy and I would say in some places very dangerous because of the steep drops on either side. You just can't take your eye off the road for a second. And it's so, oh man. Tiring is the word. It's so, especially when you haven't had much sleep. So I'm going to get us there though. And when I get there, we're going to eat and it's going to be wonderful.
Oh my gosh, the roads here. As Liam was saying, they're so twisty-turny and it's taken us forever to drive there. It's only across the other side of the island, but yeah, the island's not that big, but because we're going over mountains, it's taken us quite a long time and we're literally going like that. So my head feels funny. Liam's just gone into a shop to get some snacks or like a drink to maybe, because I'm falling asleep as well, just to wake me up.
After eating a strange packet of crisps, as it's the only thing Liam could find, we made our way, passing through the most beautiful little villages and more stunning scenery, finally arriving in the beautiful little marina town of Propriano.
Wow. Well, I'm so pleased for a start that drive is over and done with. And this is a bloody brilliant spot. First of all, I think we're going to park here for the night because I don't fancy doing any more driving. Actually, what we've come for is over there. That's a dock. I was expecting this all to be a dock, just one big dock. I didn't expect it to be a beautiful beach as well. So, being a dock, obviously what we're going to be doing is going on a boat trip. One of the top 10 things to do on this island is to go on this sunset boat trip that we're going to go on. So, really looking forward to that. Going to park here for the night as well, which is going to be brilliant, right on the beach. And as the beach is looking so delicious and delightful right now, even though it's sort of like late afternoon, early evening, going to go for a swim.
This sand is so coarse. Look at this. Look how thick that is. It's really, really thick sand.
Finishing our time on the beach and getting the van ready for the night, we headed out, where Liam made his first mistake, unknowingly buying one of the most expensive beers he has ever bought, before hopping onto our boat for a sunset cruise. This tour cost €32 per person and lasts for 2 hours, and it was completely not what we expected. The boat was beautiful with a top and bottom deck, and even a glass bottom underneath to see the fish. There was also a small bar where we found that wine was free for all guests. The first stage of the tour was riding out to the horizon and stopping at an ancient watchtower on a cliff, which along with 300 other towers would sequentially light a beacon if a pirate or invaders were approaching, and in just 2 hours the whole coast would be aware of the attack. The tour was in French, but they gave us a written document in English of all the places we were supposed to see. But what was funny is that we saw just one of the list of things we were supposed to see, which was this tower. The rest of the trip, they literally ploughed us with free booze as we drifted in and out of incredibly swirly rock formations. Even though for some reason we didn't see what we were supposed to, it was a lot of fun getting tipsy in such a quirky environment. And the sunset was beautiful, maybe the best we have seen so far on the island.
Au revoir, messieurs, dames, merci.
Merci.
Goodbye,
Thanks, bye, bye.
merci. Au revoir, merci.
Okay.
Drowning, watch the fall.
Liam's really drunk. I'm not, I just had one drink. But we've just remembered that we've absolutely messed up and we forgot to plug the fan in which means we're going to get mauled by mosquitoes tonight. We have actually got a fan that you can plug in and it will do it instantly. You don't need to charge it up, so I'm hoping we can find that. And if we can, then we're going to have a good night's sleep. I'm not going to get mobbed by mosquitoes again for the second night running. It's just not going to happen. Lovely.
Sorry for the waiting.
That's okay. Thank you.
I don't know what it means, but there's a smile upon your face. And then I see something shimmering in your eyes. And they say if you want to glimpse the future, you need space. And you said you'll put down your morning gun. Would you follow me to wander? Take my hand and walk beside me in a world of thunder. Fear is an imposter. When you look at me this way, I find it hard to not give in. So the days became weeks, it felt just like the night before.
You know what they say, arrive late and leave early when you're wild camping in a place that you're probably not supposed to be wild camping. We didn't arrive late, but we're definitely leaving early. And it's a shame because this is a beautiful, peaceful place. Up there is one of my favourite park-ups because we're right on the beach and it is beautiful. It's so nice. And guess what? We slept last night. No mosquitoes. Everything was calm. It was wonderful. So we're back. We've caught up on sleep, and which is good because we've got a hell of a day planned. First job now, it's crack of dawn. We are going to take the go back on ourselves to go back to some of the things that we should have seen yesterday. And along the way, we need to find facilities. We need to brush our teeth. We need to have a coffee, use toilets, that sort of thing. You know the crack. Anyway, let's get moving.
We left the beautiful beach to find some coffee and freshen up before heading to our first location of the day, realising that it's not as simple as we thought.
Oh my gosh. These roads are proper, oh my god, dodgy and dangerous. We're on quite an incline here. I don't know if you can tell by the camera, but the roads are really small and
They can't fit two vehicles down them.
And the oncoming traffic is going quite fast, so it's pretty scary.
The hairpin.
Another hairpin bend.
The hairpin.
Oh my god, should we just turn around?
I am starting to regret this already. This is just ridiculous. It's not only is it like so, you've got to concentrate all the time. It's super dangerous as well. Like the oncoming traffic's going quite fast, and there's not enough room for two vehicles on the road, and the hairpin blind bends everywhere. I've never known anything like it. It's like in the worst country road in the UK times 1,000.
I know.
And in a right-hand drive vehicle as well, it's just so dangerous.
Oh, I'm actually starting to be a bit panicky now because we're up high. I don't like heights, and this is quite scary. I'd prefer to just turn around and go back down. Forget Napoleon. Oh, is this on the way to Napoleon?
Well, no, we're going to go. It is, yeah. We're going to the town of Ajaccio.
Yeah.
It's like a must-see town, a must-see place, and that's where Napoleon's house is. That's the whole purpose of it.
Oh, okay. I didn't realise it was this way to get there.
Well, there's two roads, and this is one.
Oh, great. We've probably picked the worst one.
Google picked it. I didn't pick it.
We eventually got off that mountain pass and onto some main roads, ending up at a must-see location called Torre Guenevese de Arata.
Oh my god, we've just arrived. That drive was actually awful. It was really pretty, but it's just really, really scary. I hope we don't have to go back that way, because I know we're going back in that direction. I just hope there's another route we can go. I really don't fancy going over those mountains again. But anyway, we're here. We're where we need to be right now, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I can see the sea. It's bright turquoise blue, and yeah, it's just beautiful.
Okay, so we're here to do a hike to that tower. It was supposed to be a blow the cobwebs off sort of thing to do this morning. It's one of the top things to do on the whole island as well. We're in the area of Ajaccio, can't pronounce it, and that's where Napoleon was born, and we're going to go to where Napoleon was born after this, his actual house, which is going to be incredible, which is the whole reason for being this part of the world. After that crazy drive as well, we really need to walk now, so it's about, I think it's 2 kilometers, not far, but it'd be really, really nice in these early hours.
We took the 20-minute walk up to the ancient tower, which upon arrival, we realised was cordoned off due to a recent landslide, it seems. The tower is called the Torre Guenevese on the Parata Peninsula. It was built in the 16th century, and as we got told on the boat trip, it was to warn the coast of a potential pirate invasion. The tower looks out over the Mediterranean Sea and the beautiful Sanguinaris Islands just offshore.
Will we make it?
Oh,
Will we make it?
I know.
Well, we made it.
Sort of. Oh, cool, we finally made it. Just down the road from where we were just now is the city of Ajaccio. It's the capital city of Corsica. We parked up next to this beautiful pink shrub here, and we are going to go and see the man, the legend himself, Napoleon's house. He was born here. It's probably the most famous thing about Corsica, or one of the most famous things about Corsica. Very, very famous war general, very famous emperor. In fact, he decided that this was going to be the capital city of Corsica because he was born here. So very, very interesting man. We're actually both really excited about going to see his house. We don't usually do museums and stuff, but this is going to be interesting, I think. So let's go.
Walking around the interesting city of Ajaccio to find Napoleon's house, we actually decided to go for a bite to eat in one of 2 of Corsica's only fully plant-based restaurants. Liam simply can't help himself in these situations and bought a courgette and curry tart and an almond blondie, and I went for a cup of tea with oat milk. It was glorious. We then strolled through the pretty orange-coloured narrow streets where we eventually found Napoleon's house and entered. Upon arrival, we were given audio tours to understand what we were looking at, which, after jumping ahead and pressing the wrong buttons, I managed to turn mine to a different language and couldn't understand a word they were saying. But the house was interesting regardless. Napoleon Bonaparte was born on August the 15th, 1769, in this very house. He is probably one of history's best-known figures. His actions have rippled through time and still influence modern Europe today. But perhaps his story is so significant because he came from such modest beginnings here in Corsica, where he rose from a low-ranking artillery officer to French emperor within just a few years. Often described as a military genius due to his strategical and tactical brilliance on the battlefield. But other aspects of his personality were described as manipulative, well-educated, egotistical, pragmatic, charismatic, even insecure and paranoid at times. Napoleon died on May the 5th, 1821, on the remote island of St. Helena in the South Pacific Ocean, where the British had exiled him to.
Okay, cool. So we've left Napoleon's house. That was actually quite good. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be because there were quite a lot of sort of replicas of items that he had. Apart from the sword, that was real, so that was interesting. But like his crown was a replica, and there was a lot of replicas. Also, they'd redecorated it since he lived there, so we weren't actually looking at because I like to look at sort of the wallpaper and things like that and tiles, and that's what I find really interesting when it's the original one, but it wasn't. So yeah, that was a bit of a letdown, I guess. And the audio tour, for some reason I managed to switch mine to French, but it was going on for a really long time anyway, and we just don't have the time to listen to all of the information, so we just scooted through. It was really interesting though, so I'm not knocking it. It was really nice to walk around. Anyway, we're heading off now. We're going to head south on our quest to go near to the ferry port to head to Sardinia. So we're going to go further south and see what we can see along the way. Our quest now is to head south to camp close to the ferry port to end our time in Corsica. As we have found out, the drives here are windy and can take some time, so we decided to enjoy the afternoon sun and some dinner at a beautiful viewpoint lay-by opposite a bar to break up the journey. And as it happened, a Ferrari club joined us for the occasion. Surrounded by Ferraris, Liam.
Makes you feel a little nervous, doesn't it, when you've got all these expensive cars around you? We've got a little Citroen Berlingo here.
There's nothing wrong with our Berlingo.
Nothing wrong with it at all. It feels a cat amongst the pigeons, I would say.
Crazy boat trips and rocky trails through stormy seas and gentle sails. Cooking up a feast in our little red ride. With every meal our worlds collide. From the peaks of the mountains to the sandy shore. Every mile brings us closer,
So I'm going to cook a sort of a bean stew, and it's absolutely delicious. We've made it before, and it's so rich. You know how French people just love rich food, and what we learned from when we was in the south of France is that the richer you make it, the more full you feel. So we don't need all the bread and stuff if we make it super rich. So I'm talking like sun-dried tomatoes, loads of sage and oregano, and mustard as well with tomatoes, and it goes really, really well with beans. So that's what we're going to eat. It's delicious, and it's all in one pot, which is what we like when we're doing this car camping business.
Nice. Looks beautiful. Okay, that food was absolutely delicious, and we're going very, very quickly. It's like we're in a rush or something, and I think we are. Oh my god.
Scala di Euro d'Oregonu may close within 1 hour of when you arrive.
Quick! Going to close. They just said on there it's going to close.
Oh my god. So where we're going is going to close soon, so we are actually in a bit of a rush.
It's very, very normal for me and you when we're in beautiful places.
And I'm so hot as well.
We've got to go and walk off this food though.
Yeah.
So we came here all that distance to actually this is the place where we're taking the ferry to Sardinia from. I think maybe that's Sardinia over there actually, I'm not 100% sure. And here was going to be our exercise. This is no ordinary set of steps. These are steps that are etched into the cliff, and you've got to wear a helmet and stuff to go down them because they're proper like dodgy. Janine's really excited about it. Anyway, it's closed for the day, like literally we got here 5 minutes too late. So we're going to probably try and camp around here tonight and get it here for 9 o'clock tomorrow morning for when they open, and go and tackle them. It's going to be brilliant. I'm going to enjoy it. Janine's probably going to hate it. I'm not sure if Janine's going to want to go actually, but
Can I sit in a bar and wait?
you always do.
Oh, that's great.
It's in the colour of the water. Look at that. It's making me thirsty.
With the plan to come back tomorrow, we walked around Bonifacio town centre. Liam grabbed a sorbet before heading off to find our park up for the evening at a place nearby.
So we found a potential park up, and it's just 10 minutes outside the city where we just were, where we're going to be catching the ferry from actually as well. But all around that city, there's car parks, there's lay-bys, there's all sorts of stuff, but there's not one of them that you can park at because they've all got no campervan signs. So I've been using Park for Night, which is the app that we use to look for park ups to find places that we shouldn't even bother going to. And Park for Night, although we're not in a Park for Night spot here, I got an idea of the area, and all along this road there's no restrictions for campervans, which is really, really good. And there's lots of little places to park up. We've come here, and the way that we feel about it is that we're not breaking any laws or any rules. If you go to places that aren't restricted, that have that don't have the signs up saying no campervans, and this is one of them. So hopefully it's all right. There was up the road, quite far, about a kilometre up the road there was on Park for Night, a spot there on Park for Night that had a bad review that said that locals or youths came along and threw stuff at the car, like stones and rocks at the car overnight, or their campervan overnight. But it's about a kilometre away. So, and there's another van that we can see is parked here as well, which is always safety in numbers. So we're going to give it a go. It's potentially our last wild camping night on Corsica, so we might as well do it. Let's see what happens.
As we watched the sunset on Corsica for potentially the last time, we reflected on what has definitely been a surprising and random place for us to visit, and one, in all honesty, we are glad to have done in a microcamper. For of course the narrow, windy and often steep roads, but also that the island really is geared up for people going to campsites only. It's not like other countries we have visited where there's always somewhere to find a pitch for the evening. Here, there isn't much to choose from that doesn't have restrictions. We've seen some incredible sights and met some amazing people, and our perspective of Europe has now opened up even wider. It's been an adventure, but Italy is finally calling us, and we cannot wait to see how the culture changes. Please hit the thumbs up on this video if you like it, and subscribe if you want to see what Sardinia is like from a van life perspective.
That is steep. How's your sense of heights? You see why I wanted to do it? I could see you look so small. You look so small.
We have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I.
Hey, well done, well done. Just look how crystal clear and blue these waters are. Oh my god. Wow.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Hallelujah.
Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Just one step at a time. Oh, my legs are aching already.
Bonjour. Come on.
You're filming my suffering. This is a challenge. Are we almost there yet? No.
Almost at the top. That is proper steep. What a workout. Glad we're doing it in the morning, not in the midday. Come on, sweetheart, almost there.
Well done. It's easy.
Really well. Sweaty head.
We don't need no